students, we now talk about Gauss principle or competitive exclusion principle. So what is competitive exclusion principle? The competitive exclusion principle was proposed by G.F. Gauss, a Soviet ecologist. This Gauss principle is also called as Gauss's competitive exclusion principle. So it is defined as the tendency of one species to drive out the other species to extinction locally in order to use limited resources for its survival. That is, if two species want to coexist in a region, in a place, if they are to compete for the same resources, that is same nutrients and any other resources, they will not coexist with each other. They cannot live in the same environment. Either one will have to be locally extinct. So when you read this again, you will understand that is the tendency of one species. The one species which is viable or which can compete with the other, win over the other, and that will drive out the other species to extinction locally. That is, that will not be present in that place thereafter, in order to use limited resources for its survival. So it is a type of competition among organisms. So this principle, it is an interspecific competition between two examples. Gauss took two organisms, that is two microbes, species of Paramecium, that is Paramecium caudatum and Paramecium aurelia. The competition between two species affects their birth and death rate. A series of experiments were carried out by Gauss involving these two species. They were grown in two separate culture media containing limited nutrients. Both the species under this condition grew well and reached the carrying capacity within 18 days. So he conducted another experiment where he grew two species together. The conditions were similar as when they were grown together, that is, the same conditions when they were grown separately were provided when they were grown same in a petri plate. The nutrients were also limited for 18 days, that is the same conditions which were given earlier. So that at the end of this second experiment, that is the series of experiments were conducted, and at the end of this he found out that the nutrient medium which earlier contained both the organism, that is it contained only Paramecium aurelia. So now it is taken by him that Paramecium aurelia eliminated Paramecium caudatum from the culture. Okay, so this is a picture and also a graph showing the growth rate of both Paramecium species. So first, which is an electron micrograph, is an Paramecium caudatum, and next we have a picture of Paramecium aurelia. So in the first graph you can see that the graph which is put in blue color is Paramecium aurelia, that is growth rate. We can say it is a second experiment where it is continuing to grow in a stable way. We can see the decline of the Paramecium caudatum also. Whereas in the second graph you can see it is a graph representing the first experiment where he shows Paramecium aurelia and Paramecium caudatum both are growing in the same condition. The successful competitor Paramecium aurelia utilizes the maximum available nutrients, and also it produces better adaptable new colonies which shows resistant to the chemical waste in the medium. Paramecium caudatum becomes a less efficient competitor and extincts locally. This made Gauss to prove that complex competitor cannot coexist with each other when they are competing for the same resources. So here also we can see there are two types of this competitive exclusion principle. So one type is called as complete competitive exclusion, and another type is called as reciprocal competitive exclusion. That is, one species eliminates the other completely from a region that leads to the extinction of the other species. Example, Paramecium caudatum and Paramecium aurelia, which we have been discussing until now. Then what is reciprocal competitive exclusion? If one species being removed and others occupy the region, so that is called as reciprocal competitive exclusion. That can be explained by Giving another example, that is the Balanus barnacles and Chathamalis barnacles. So these two type of barnacles, they occupy different zones in a sea. That is, the Chathamalis barnacles can live both in shallow and deep zone, whereas the Balanus barnacles live only in the deeper zone and cannot survive in the shallow water. So what happens? The Balanus barnacles compete with the Chathamalis barnacles in a deeper zone. When the barnacles are removed from that is when the barnacles, Balanus barnacles, when they are removed from the deeper zone, the Chathamalis occupied the deeper zone easily. So this is called as fundamental niche and realized niche of that species. Okay, so that, in the first picture you can see that Chathamalis only are occupying the region, that is the environment or the niche here. The next you can see that when the two species are occupying the same region, we can see that the Chathamalis are seen in the region, high tide region, and Balanus are seen in the deeper zone. So this is about the competitive exclusion principle.